Okay, and again, it's just really basic here, guys. You know, this isn't a who's got the best bee kung fu and all that good stuff. What we're going to do now, if you order a package of bees through the mail, this is how they will come. Okay, there's about, I think, well, it's a 3-pound package. Alright, so there's 3 pounds of bees plus queen in there. And the queen's in a separate cage. What we're going to do, you can see they're pretty active. Okay, you can probably hear them from where you're at as well too. There's 1 or 2 on the outside. Alright, is they're probably going to be pretty PO'd if we were just to yank them right out of there. So what we're going to do is we're going to get them drunk and fat. Alright, so how we're going to do that? We mix up some sugar syrup, 2 to 1 with water. And what we're going to do is we're going to spray them down pretty heavily. Just take a spray bottle that you haven't used for, you know, cleaners or cleansers or any kind of stuff like that, or even soap. You know, soap is an insecticide. People forget that part. So we're going to spray them down really heavy. This is going to do a couple of things. All right, the bees, they're gonna really like this. They're gonna be like, oh wow, this is candy heaven. Okay, this is candy. We're having fun. You know, like Lucky Charms, right? So what they're going to do also is it's going to make them sticky, all right? And they're going to start sticking to each other. It's going to make them docile, and it's going to make them sticky. It's like TV and beer for bees is what it is, guys, all right? You can see, look, they're already hanging out near the bottom. They're like, oh yeah, this is awesome, man. I am totally fat, dumb, and happy. This is great. I'm sitting still, and everything's good. The cage fell there, but you can see right there is the queen cage. We'll retrieve that later. That's no problem. All right. What you have here is you have this can. It's about the size of a number 2.5 can, like you would store dry goods and such in. But this is going to have some sugar syrup in it from the factory, or corn syrup type based product, depending on who you buy it from. That's what they've been feeding off of while they ship to you. All right. So we're going to retain this, but we are ready now. I'm going to go ahead and stick my gloves on because some folks get away with doing this stuff in shorts and without veils and all that good stuff. And I'll tell you straight up, they're a better man than I am. Our smoker's going. We shouldn't really need our smoker at this point, but it's always good. Calms the bees if we need to, all that good stuff. This is a hive tool. It's going to be very useful for us in doing different stuff around the old hive here. One more time, we're going to spray them down a little bit. Like I said, get them nice and drunk. And I'm going to turn the hive around because we actually want it facing this way. This is south. Oops, a little bit of an angle. So if any rain gets in there, it drains out. All right, going to spray them a little bit more. Come on. Here's a little Michelob. There's a little Bud Light. There's a little Baywatch. Whatever the current man show or whatever. Okay. Oh, oops. Oops. Yeah, I did that on purpose. Alright. What that's doing is it's knocking the bees to the bottom of the cage they're in. Alright. They're good, drunk, fat, and happy. Now we're going to take out sugar syrup can. This gets a little tricky with gloves on. We're going to set that aside because we'll use that to fill with. And now we have bees here. We're going to dump them in the hive. Thing again, in case we miss any. Fred, we need that terramycin. Would be a good time to do that now. We don't have to do it now, but now there's still going to be a few residual bees in here. What I like to do is I just set this out in front of the hive, and they're going to pick up on that. And you know what? Our queen cage fell in. So I'm going to kind of dig around in the little mass of bees here and get our queen cage out. They're really pretty docile creatures, you guys, when you consider that every time you go into their hive, you're kind of tearing apart their house. And for the most part, they won't mess with you. These guys, just a little bit of smoke. Chills them out a little bit. Now, just for a second here, I'm going to do this so I can come